John Dryden, British poet and literary critic.
And it was as if God said to me, Davis, that's it. It's just love. It's just love. And it was a noun, it was an adjective, it was a verb, it was everything.
American musician Davis Haynes shares how he was run over by a truck, died during surgery, and experienced God as infinite twinkling love. Davis was born an identical twin in Birmingham, Alabama, into a happy, creative family. A sensitive, contemplative child who wrote poems about dead plants and big ideas. He found his calling in the arts, acting, writing poetry, and music. After leaving college to move to Chicago with his twin brother, they started a band together. Davis had been raised Christian, but identified as an atheist for a time. Yet he couldn't shake his belief that love is something beyond human control. 2 weeks after turning 21, on July 11, 2011, everything changed.
I was riding my bike like I did every single day at that time, and it was just me sitting next to this very large truck, like a Mack truck. Not quite an 18-wheeler, but a very big delivery truck. A mail truck, actually. And I was between him and some parked cars, and I knew I was really close to him. I could feel that something was going to happen. The light turns green, we both pull forward, and as I'm trying to stay behind so that he can get ahead of me, he accidentally ends up merging into me. And I went under his back right tires. I woke up on the street a few seconds or maybe a minute later, and I knew something was wrong. I looked down at my arm. There was a rock in my arm. All these people are standing over me, and it was like a movie. At this point, my lungs were collapsing. I had been run over in my pelvis, which broke in 7 places. My femur was broken in half, my fibula, and I was bleeding out. And because of that, my organs started to fail.
When the ambulance arrived, Davis was rushed to a level 1 trauma center 2 blocks away.
The last thing I remember is being in the emergency room and my twin brother running in, tears streaming down his face, crying harder than I'd ever seen him cry in my life. And he said, "I love you, Davis." And I said, "I love you too." Because of the extent of the damage, they said they couldn't find the source of the bleeding. I'd been given so much blood. I ultimately was given 13 units of blood, which is more than in the human body. So an entire human's worth of blood transfusion. And they couldn't find the source of the bleeding. So the doctor said, "We are going to put him under, and we are going to make a cut, and we are going to pray, basically, that we can find where the bleeding is." Even they said there's a 1% chance that we are going to find the source of this bleeding.
As doctors put Davis under and he continued bleeding out, he died. What happened next changed everything he thought he knew about reality.
My experience of dying was incredible. I knew immediately that I was back home. It was a place that I couldn't remember on earth, but that I knew as instantly, once I was there, that it was home, that it was the place that we all come from. I described it when I came back as space. I was in space. I was one with everything. Every single cell in my body was part of everything. I can literally feel it right now. It was like a tingling to an unbelievable degree. Sometimes I describe it like sinking into a warm tub after a long cold day in the snow, the way that your body just goes wild. It was like that, but there's no body, and it's 10,000 times stronger than that. It felt like everything was twinkling, everything was alive, and it was just pure bliss, pure peace, pure love. I felt like I was being held, like I was home with my whole family, and my whole family was literally everything that's ever existed. Everything was everything, and it was all part of this vast, incredible, infinite space of pure love. It gives me chills just recalling it. It was unbelievable, and the thing that struck me when I was there was just a complete and utter lack of fear. I wasn't afraid of anything anymore. I didn't have a body. I wasn't afraid of money, of stuff, money related to anything. I wasn't afraid of rent or tax, none of that stuff. I wasn't afraid of having a body, having gravity, having any of that. No shame, no regret, none of that stuff that keeps us up at night that we're like, God, why did I say that? Like, none of that stuff was there. I mean, literally no fear of anything at all. It was completely absent of fear. It was truly just pure love, like a twinkling, infinite love. It was all encompassing, and I knew that I was with God. And it was as if God was with me, looking at me, feeling me, being me, experiencing me, holding me, reminding me that I too am love, that love has always been with me. And it was as if God said to me, Davis, that's it. It's just love. It's just love. And it was a noun, it was an adjective, it was a verb, it was everything. It's the best word I can use in the English language, but there are no words to describe this particular feeling.
Against all odds, the doctors found the bleeding and stopped it. Davis came back. After 5 days in a coma, Davis woke up and immediately began trying to share what had happened to him.
When I woke up, I started talking. I couldn't wait to tell everybody about what I experienced. I wanted to tell everybody that it's just love. That's all we have to do. It's just love. We just have to figure out how to love. That's it. And all the stuff that happens on earth is like opportunities to figure out how to love. The hardest stuff is actually the best stuff because then we can learn how to love even better. And it grows and it grows and it grows. And I just wanted to tell everybody that we're going to be okay. All that fear, it's actually in the way of a relationship we have with who we really are, with God, with the universe, with each other, and with everybody.
Davis spent a month in the hospital, 3 months in a wheelchair, and 9 months on a cane learning to walk again. His recovery became a spiritual journey of rediscovering love through art and presence.
I ended up back in Chicago eventually, rejoining my band. We toured the country. Our whole mission was to spread love. That was what we decided we were going to try to do. Basically, the way I saw it was, if God is love, then art is prayer. And when I think about like the most simple prayer that we could ever say, it's thank you. I started saying thank you to God for everything. And I'm not just talking about gratitude and the good stuff. To me, saying like thank you for my mom having an alcoholism experience while I'm in recovery. Living in a home with an alcoholic was such a huge challenge. It was such a gift because I learned so much through that. I thank God for being run over by a truck because it changed my life. It set me on this path. Anything I write about my experience is literally just me saying, thank you, God. Thank you for this. When we work in the realm of creation, we're co-creating with the universe, the great creator, the original artist. We are working on that creation together, making it more beautiful, more livable, less fearful, and more full of love.
Today, Davis works with babies and people with disabilities, sings in choirs, and is studying to become a board-certified music therapist.
I'm so grateful for my message, and I hope that you find it to be helpful. If you're an artist, keep making, and make it for God. Make your art for love. Build bridges. Unite. Because there's a lot of fear out there. There's a lot of stuff that we experience that pushes us away from each other, that divides us. And if it divides us, then it's fear. And if it unites us, then it's love. And we are here to love. Our job as artists is to help love people through their experiences so that we can come together and experience that love right here on earth while we're here.
For more relevant news from around our planet, please visit suprememastertv.com/news.